Okay, what is up, guys? So, if you have not seen part 1, well then, go check it out. Click off of this video. Go check that out. Then go to your history, and then click on this. So, okay, let's do it. Winter break was just 1 week away. And the whole school was decorated with wreaths, Christmas trees, and the social menorah. I don't know. Millie didn't know why people got so excited over holidays. They were just a desperate attempt to invite some happiness in face of life's utter meaninglessness. Well, they couldn't fool her. People could wish her Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays until they turned Santa Claus red in the face, but she wouldn't say it back. Not that people were going out of their way to wish Millie well. As she walked down the hall to the lunchroom, one blonde cheerleader Millie didn't even know her name said, "I'm surprised to see you out in the daylight, Dracula's daughter." The cheerleader looked over at her equally blonde friends whom she'd been talking to more than she'd actually been talking to Millie, and they all laughed. The Dracula's daughter thing had started because she's been carrying around a paperback copy of Bram Stoker's Dracula, and one of the jockey popular guys had said, "Oh, look, how sweet. She's reading a book about her dad." From then on, she'd been Dracula's daughter. Of course, everybody knew she was really Jeff and Audrey Frinson's daughter, which made her almost as much of a misfit as she would have been if Dracula was her real dad. The Fazbears. That's a weird last name, or is it just me pronouncing it wrong? I think it's me pronouncing it wrong. Five Nights at Freddy's. To me, it looks backwards. To you, it looks frontwards. Yeah. We're kind of a joke. In the town famous for their tendencies and start projects with great enthusiasm and abandon them. They had brought a rundown but once beautiful colonial home when Lily was 10 and had thrown themselves into refurbishing it. They had kept it up for about 3 months until they ran out of money and energy. As a result, the house had a weird patchwork quality. The living room and the kitchen were repainted and had no fixtures, but the bedroom still had an old peeling wall and floors with squeaky boards. The bathroom pipes screamed when you turned on the water in the ancient tub, sink, and toilet. Never looked clean, no matter how much they were scrubbed. The most talked about thing, though, was the escalator of the house. Millie's dad had repainted the front of the one side of the fence soft, soft blue with cream trim. But paint was expensive. Painting was exhausting, and where was I? And he really didn't like getting up on ladders. As a result, the front of the house was painted beautifully, but the back and other sides were still covered with old flaky white paint. Millie's mom said nobody would notice. It was like when people arranged the Christmas tree so the ugly side faced the wall. People noticed. People also noticed the someone's inability to keep a steady job. Millie's parents were always coming up with some new stream that finally was going to bring them the success of their dreams. One year, her mom was making candles and selling them out the farmer's market, while her dad started a natural supplement store that closed its doors after 6 months. After that, her mom and dad started a store that sold yarn and knitting supplies, and they might have made a go off it if either of the parents had known more about yarn and knitting. And then they bought a food truck, even though they were both terrible cooks. Millie couldn't understand how her parents could remain so optimistic with failing after failure after failure after failure. But they did. They attacked each new project with huge enthusiasm, and then after a few months, both the project and the enthusiasm fizzled out. They weren't poor exactly. There was always food to eat, even if toward the end of the month it tended to dwindle to the pancake mix and boxed macaroni and cheese. But there was always worry about how the bills wouldn't get paid. Millie knew her grandpa helped them out some months. Her grandpa was also considered weird in town, but was cut some slack because he was old and a widower, and he had been an excellent high school math teacher for many years. As a result, he earned the title of eccentric instead of weird. Some people said that maybe by taking this teaching job in Sodia, Alabama, Jeff was finally getting it together and falling in his dad's footsteps. Millie knew, though, that her dad wouldn't fritter away this opportunity like he had so many others. So Dracula's daughter and Jeff and Audrey Frenzel's daughter, was a one-way ticket to being a social outcast. In the cafeteria, Millie took a second to adjust to the definition din of hundreds of teenagers talking and laughing. She walked past a table full of popular girls and saw her best friend from elementary school, Hannah, sitting with them laughing at something all the girls were laughing about. Millie and Hannah had been inseparable from kindergarten through 5th grade, playing on the swings and jump roping together at every recess and playing dolls and board games at each other's houses after school. But in middle school, popularity started to be more and more important to Hannah, and she drifted away from Millie and toward the crowd who was always going in clothes and boys. What Millie understood, but Hannah did not, was that those girls never accepted Hannah as more than a hanger-on. Hannah lived in a plain little house in a plain little neighborhood, and didn't have the money or social status to make the cut. The popular girls didn't push her away, but they never let her into their inner circle either. It made Millie sad that Hannah preferred to accept crumbs from the popular girls rather than real friendship from her. But then a lot of things made Millie sad. Okay, guys, that's 10 minutes. I think we're going to stop there. Remember, guys, may look like I'm naked, but I'm actually wearing stuff. But, yeah, a little hot. So, yeah, guys, so basically what's happening, I'm not going to do a summary like I did last time. But, yeah, at 6:30, at 6 o'clock, I don't know if it's 6:30. Sometime at 6 o'clock, maybe 6:25 or 6:30, I'm going to do a video on the game. So, yeah, like always, wash your hands, stay safe, and I gotta mark the book. Sorry, guys. Eesh. Hello. So yeah, guys, like always, wash your hands, stay safe, equals peace. Am I covering it? I must be covering it. Bye-bye, guys.